At family dinner, my Karen's sister raised my rent to $6,800. Everyone laughed at me like I was the family failure. I just smiled because I knew what was coming next. My sister raised my rent to $6,800 at the dinner table, in front of my parents, my brother, her smug husband Marcus swirling his third glass of wine. "You can't depend on us forever," Madison said. Everyone laughed. I smiled. I'd been living in her basement for 2 years. After Derek left me with his debt, his secrets, and nothing else, Madison offered me the spare apartment, $800 a month. No pressure, she'd said. No pressure. Right. Every family dinner, she found a new way to remind everyone I was the broken one, the failed one, the charity case eating her food and shrinking into her furniture. I paid on time, kept the place spotless, made myself invisible. While I was invisible, I was working. The rent announcement landed like a slap. $6,800. My mother made a strangled sound. Tyler looked up from his phone. Madison tilted her head. "Can you handle it? Or should we find a real tenant?" My father actually chuckled. That laugh, that small, dismissive chuckle, that's the one that sealed it. I set down my fork, looked around the table slowly. Then I smiled again, bigger this time. "That's actually perfect timing," I said. Madison's eyes narrowed. "You can't afford $6,800. I could," I said, "but I won't need to." Silence fell like a brick. "I'm moving out. My closing is next Thursday." "Closing?" my father echoed. "On my house, 3-bedroom Victorian, Riverside district." Madison went completely still. Riverside. The neighborhood she name-dropped at every party. The one she called insane prices, like it was a private club she almost joined. "With what money?" she snapped. "You're a paralegal." "I was," I said. "I passed the bar 8 months ago. I'm an associate attorney now. Starting salary, $140, plus bonus." My mother's hand flew to her chest. Madison's face went the color of bad milk. Marcus stopped swirling his wine. I reached into my purse, pulled out my phone, scrolled. "Also, Madison, remember those papers you signed last year at your book club? You didn't really look at them." Her eyes sharpened. "What papers?" "Formation documents," I said. "For my LLC." Tyler's voice came out strangled. "Emma, the LLC bought a 4-unit apartment building downtown," I said. "6 months ago. I'm the sole member." The table didn't breathe. My mother whispered, "You own an apartment building?" "The company does." Madison's chair scraped back slightly, like her body wanted to run without her permission. Marcus stared at me with the hungry eyes of a man who just realized he'd been disrespecting the wrong person. I turned to him. "Didn't you mention wanting a location for your restaurant concept? There's a commercial property coming to auction. Arts District. Estimated 800. Incredible foot traffic." Marcus opened his mouth. Madison gripped the table. I stood up, placed my napkin neatly beside my plate. "Dinner was lovely," I said. "Thanks for hosting." "You're doing this to embarrass me," Madison hissed. "No," I said. "You did that yourself. I just stopped helping." I pulled my coat from the rack by the door. Tyler caught up in the hallway. "Was that revenge?" I opened the front door. Cool night air hit my face. "It was a boundary," I said. "The kind you don't need to repeat twice." Behind me, I heard Madison's voice crack open into something ugly and loud. I didn't turn around, because she could rage all she wanted now. She could scream at the empty basement, the spotless counters, the key I'd leave on the counter Wednesday morning. She could try to raise the rent on a tenant who was already gone. The thing about building your life in secret, nobody can take what they never knew you had. My phone buzzed before I reached my car. Unknown number. Local area code. I answered. "Ms. Carter?" A woman's voice, quiet but steady. "Someone told me you handle cases with hidden assets, hidden money, husbands who smile while they lie." I stood in the cold dark outside my sister's perfect house. "Tell me everything," I said. Full story on channel, link below.